As we navigated the first week of remote learning, there were many lessons learned.
Hi, fellow superheroes. So the two lessons that I have learned this week are to, number one, press record when you're doing a live taping so you don't have to do it again. And number two, don't forget to stop recording.
My tip of the day or the week is don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's okay. We're all new at this. And don't be afraid to reach out to other people because we're all in this together.
Hello everyone, my name is Melanie and I teach 8th grade science at Omni Middle School. I've learned a couple of tricks and I have some tips this week. One thing I have learned is that it is important to incorporate SEL into our virtual teaching, and one way that I've done that this week is to include it as my daily check-in, as my attendance.
You knew this week was going to be a challenge, but you accepted it with grace and perseverance. Your reward was interacting with your students and seeing how happy they were to see you and chat with you again. Mission accomplished.
This is Chris from Palm Springs Middle School, and just as we get to the end of this first week of incredibly different kinds of teaching here, to ask us to share some tips and things. I think I just want to start off by saying that it's good to start slowly, both for teachers and for students. Let your students get used to this brand new routine and how they're going to be successful, and help them with that. Reach out to them, let them know that you care, and so on. And I think the second biggest thing is continue with your personality. The kids that were in your class, some of them, maybe not all of them, but they're missing that human part of you. And so as I'm preparing my lessons and giving my lessons, why would you want to be monotone as you're recording your voice? You want to be yourself as best you can. And that's a little challenging, but we're getting there. So anyway, one of the tips, I guess, is to let the kids know that, you're all learning this together. So when something doesn't work out well, don't stress about it. Just tell them that we're going to fix it and we're going to figure it out, and try to help them with that sort of more don't stress about it kind of attitude. That's number one. Number two, again, I said, make sure that you keep your own personality out there and don't lose that piece. Kids are going to log into your live lesson or your office hours, not necessarily because they can't wait to learn about volcanoes. I think they're going to want to log in because they want to see you and they want to talk to you. And, recognize that and then just give them that best effort you can all the time. Technical-wise, I did learn a couple things. Number one, I've almost redone all of my slideshows because I'm sort of creating them as if I'm having a conversation with a student, because it's not the same as being in the classroom anymore. So I'm sort of making every slide being like a piece of a conversation. And, since you're not, or you shouldn't use present mode, because then you can't, see different things. It's going to take over your whole screen. Thank you, Kaylin, for showing me this, that instead of having things appear on the click, it's almost like you have to make a new slide with each new thing appearing. It takes a little bit longer, but I think it's definitely well worth it. Try to come up with a way to be interactive with your students. Again, don't just sit there and talk. And what I've done for that one is, because it's crazy if they're all on microphone or microphone, because then it's nuts. So I've started to join my own Google Meets on my phone, and then I just hit the comment button, and so I can watch that stream of comments on my phone very quickly. I can glance over, and then I can address that comment or that question right away on my screen. So, that might be a little thing that everybody's figured out anyway, but, I'm just trying to do our best and reach out to as many kids as we can and help them to be successful. Always put those recordings of your live lesson on your Google Classroom. I also include a copy of the slideshow. I take a picture of any notes, like I fill them out and take a picture of that so they can see that. I include links to all the videos because sometimes the videos, buffer too much when you try to show them on the screen. But I'm no expert. I'm learning along with the rest of you, and I look forward to everybody else's tips and helpful items as well. So you're all doing a great job because every little bit we're doing is reaching some of these kids, and that's enough. So well done. Week 1 over with. And oh yeah, that's the last thing I learned. I must talk a lot with my hands in the classroom, which is okay, but on the computer screen I think it's a little annoying, so I need to work on that. But anyway, that's a little thing.
I wanted to share a quick tip for Google Classroom classwork tabs. Within that section, you're able to create a topic. We created a topic for each one of our co-teachers, whether they be ESE or ELL, so they can look at an original assignment, differentiate it, and then post it under their own topic, so the students that they've been working with all year long and they've built relationships with have the ability to go in, grab that assignment, do the assignment, and they're staying on pace with the rest of the class.
To try something new, you have to let go what doesn't work. What worked in the classroom won't work in the house, online, so you have to try different things. But just to calm down. Together we can all get through this. We all will get through this.
So what I've learned this week is that although teaching virtually is challenging, and I much prefer to be in the classroom with my students, I am grateful to see their faces on my Google Meets, and I am grateful to be able to talk to them and continue to encourage their academic growth. A tip that I have is that when you are recording a Google Meets video, make sure that when you share it that you look at your preferences for editing and all the other preferences that may be available. And number 3, I recommend that everybody praise themselves for the good things that they do as educators in this new venture that we're in. Be good to yourself and be patient.
Hello, Miss Anchors here from Lantana Middle School, 6th grade science, and I've learned a lot the past couple days. One, I miss my kids, so it was really great to see them in Google Meets. Google Meets can be very overwhelming, but the first day was a giant show and tell. I saw everything from their pets to their favorite teddy bears they've had since they were 2. So that was kind of interesting. Trying to get a handle on it, I had 30 plus kids coming in and out of the Google Meet, so then I separated them into smaller time chunks, but I did the time chunks too small, so the kids were still engaged and talking to me. It was like, I gotta go to the next one, because I separated them out by my classes, so first period, second period, fourth period all had their own Google Meets. So now I've decided block scheduling is the thing for me, so we're gonna do like every other day for a chunk, but I really look forward to these times when I get to see the kids' faces. We need the interaction. They miss their teachers, we miss the normalcy, and it keeps us in some kind of normalcy too. So that's just my little bit that I've learned from this week. I hope everybody's doing well and staying healthy.
Hi guys, I'm here to answer Kaylin's question about a lesson or a thought of the week that I had. A lesson learned that I had the first day of school this past Tuesday was, well, don't panic. My dad has always told me never panic. He's like, that's the second rule in the rule book of life. The first rule is always be happy, but the second rule is never panic. And definitely was I panicking. Not only because a lot of kids had questions, a lot of them wanted to chat with one another, but even with technology it got a little frustrating, and it's just a new learning curve. And even though I panicked, I kept a cool face on and it went smoothly. So lesson I can tell you guys that I learned on Tuesday was never panic, right? So I hope that helps, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I hope you like my video.
Students are happy and eager to see you. When using Google Meets, stop asking, "Can you hear me?" It is not a phone commercial.
Hi everyone, some helpful tips that I have learned so far throughout this process is the ability to link slides within a Google slide. So this is really helpful if you are giving students like stations that they would have done around the room. So instead of them scrolling down throughout the whole entire slide deck, you just insert that one slide to where they would put their answer. Another helpful tip is giving students codes to join Google Meets, so therefore it makes it a lot easier for you to communicate verbally versus always over email.
What I learned this week is that it's really nice to have a co-teacher in the classroom with you, so that while you are presenting and you can't see the chat box, they can be the one answering questions and monitoring that, making sure they're not off task. Also, it helps to have two people that can answer student questions about how to get certain places. It really makes it more efficient when you have to manage more than like 50 students.
Hey Kaylin, if you're looking for ideas, well, this one happened to me today. Right in the middle of an office meeting with my students, and the screen went blank. What I realized was that the plug came out of the Chromebook. That was dumb. So now, from now on, I'm checking my plug.
Hey everybody, Heather here. Biggest tips I can go ahead and give with this current situation with digital learning is be flexible. Be flexible, start slow, get the students into a routine that you're comfortable with and they're comfortable with, lay out the expectations, make sure they're clear. Go ahead and make sure that we're building those relationships, reach out to your students, even our past ones, let them know that we're here and let them know that we care.
Over the past few weeks, I've learned a lot of things. I've learned just about every technical problem you can have with Google Classroom, Google Meet, Google Chromebooks, and just about every other product that we support. I've also supported parents and teachers. I've learned how to create a YouTube channel and stream online. So I've learned a lot of big technical things. But the thing that I learned the most is not something that I didn't know, but just needed to be reminded of. And that's just how genuine we have of teachers out there. There are some amazing teachers out in our schools or homes right now who really care about the students that they serve. I know teachers that have been working with their students even while we were on spring break and the week before that, reaching out and making sure that those students are okay, reminding them about the food sites, helping them out if they don't have internet, guiding them to those resources that are available. And I've just seen teachers who genuinely care about continuing the relationships that they've made with their students since August. After all, the teacher is one of the most inspiring people in students' lives. We need to make those connections and build those relationships. So it was just a reminder of just how great we have out there. We have some amazing teachers, and I thank each and every one of them for the job that they're doing and stepping up and just helping out their own students in this crazy time. So thank you for what you do and reminding me of that. Have an amazing weekend.
It was Maslow who said that in any given opportunity, we have two choices. One, we push forward into growth. Or two, we step back into safety. I say we keep pushing forward.